right, so you guys really liked hearing about the Hero 9. You guys blew up those last 2 videos and you asked a ton of questions. So no Quick Tip Tuesday for today. I'm legit gonna go through a ton of your questions that I've pulled, and they're really common questions. A lot of the questions that have been asked over and over and over again, we're gonna get them answered for you. And we also have a giveaway today. Ted from Clever Supply Co. sent over this Todd from Clever Supply Co. sent over this super dope leather camera strap. Look at this thing, super nice, really cool stitching, and it has Peak Design anchor straps on the end. So now I can take my Peak Design anchors that are pretty much always on my camera, hook those in, and boom, super dope leather camera strap. I really dig leather camera straps, or camera straps in general that don't make you look like such a photographer. I think the more that you can blend in by wearing something that looks more fashionable is better. And Clever Supply Co., very clever with the Peak Design straps. I don't think I've seen a leather camera strap with Peak Design anchors on it. Very, very clever. And Todd sent over an extra one for you guys. So we have a leather camera strap, and it comes with the Peak Design anchors. So it's got the anchor things on there, and if you don't have any of the anchors, he threw in a little bag of anchors for you also. Entering this giveaway is super easy. All you need to do is like this video and comment below and include your Instagram handle in the comment. So comment something like, tell me about the video, or tell me about your day, whatever it might be. But also make sure to include your Instagram handle, and make sure I can message you on Instagram. Some people, I don't know why, you can't message them on Instagram, so I have to be able to message you so you can win a leather camera strap from Clever Supply Co. Thanks, Todd. Super cool of you to send one over for them, and really cool of you to send one for me. Thanks. Oh, and I'm gonna choose a winner today, the very first day that this video is posted. So if you're here like 3 days later, the winner has already been chosen. In the first day today, I'm gonna choose a winner because I want the winner to be someone that follows this channel, that has notifications turned on. So I'm gonna start making a lot more of the giveaways like really fast. Like maybe I'll do some that are like 3 hours of posting the video, I choose a winner. So ring the bell and get in on the giveaways. Okay, on to your questions, and the very first one is from, oh, these are in no particular order. I didn't choose them. I just screenshotted a bunch of them. We're just gonna burn through a ton of them. All right, Jimmy Liu. Hey David, love the video. Got a quick question. Does the Hero 9 have the same battery door like the 8? I mean, does it pop off easily? The 8 has a wonky door that I've always said is just, it's barely on there. It's barely holding on. So a lot of times what would happen on the 8 is I would grab the battery, and when I went to pull the battery out, the door would fly off. So I pretty much always started taking the door off in order to change the battery, because let's say I was somewhere like on a ski lift, right? And I'm trying to change the battery on a ski lift, and I go to take the battery off, and boom, that flies off and it's gone forever. So to keep from doing that, I pretty much would pop the battery door off, change the battery or change the SD card, and then put it back on there and close it up and lock it. Kind of a pain in the butt. The Hero 9, they did a much better job. They also made this bottom piece, this little piece, the locking bit, is now spring loaded. So you kind of push it on there and it locks into place, whereas the 8 kind of just popped out, you put it on there and you pushed it in. This one's spring loaded now, and now it holds on much, much better. You can still pop it off, but that clip is really, really strong now. Good question, Jimmy. All right, next up is OTC Industries. Looking forward to the comparison to the Osmo Action, and if it's worth upgrading from that camera. I love my Osmo, but the 5K option to punch in and post would be very nice. The Osmo Action is a great camera, and I had pretty much switched from the Hero 8 to the Osmo Action as my main daily driver, again because of that front screen, but the Osmo Action has not been updated in a very long time, kind of a shockingly long time. And I really haven't seen any good rumors that DJI has the Osmo Action 2 ready to go. Hopefully they'll release it between now and Christmas. That would kind of make sense in their product cycle. But for right now, the Hero 9 is significantly better than the Osmo Action in a lot of ways. The only way that it's not better is stability, honestly. The Osmo Action, the operating system, how you touched everything, how you used everything, such a good experience. The Hero 9, it's about the same as the Hero 8. If you think that the Hero 8 back screen is kind of frustrating to work with, I do. The Hero 9 is about the same frustration level. Sometimes it just like doesn't things don't slide or touch or put, ugh. My one big frustration with GoPro in general is the screen, the touch screen and the bugginess. Sometimes it's buggy. The Hero 9, hopefully they'll have some firmware updates that'll stabilize the system a bit more, but you always have the reset button, which is just pulling the battery out, waiting 3 seconds, putting it back in, turning it back on. That's kind of a GoPro reset. And I've already had to do it twice on the Hero 9 in the first week of owning it. Annoying, but you know, it's a GoPro. Thank you, OTC Industries. Next up is Cy Lenser, who asks, I've never had a GoPro. Is it worth it to buy the Hero 9? Or buy the Hero 8 because it's gonna be on sale anyway. So basically what I said in the last video was, if you have the Hero 8, the main reasons to jump to the Hero 9 are the front screen and the removable lens. So if you don't have either of these cameras and you're looking at them, you'll obviously save a bit of money by going the Hero 8, although I really haven't seen the price drop too much yet. It should drop. We should see this around $300, I think. Or maybe they'll do something where this is $350 normally, and this is $450 normally, and then this is $350 with the subscription, and this is $300 with the subscription, or $275 with the subscription. If that were the case, then there would be 3 factors to look at: budget, front screen, removable lens. Those 3 things will help you make your decision. In all the other areas, it's an incremental upgrade between the 2. So those 3 things, and you decide. Thanks, Cy. Ashwin SK, GoPro or Insta360 ONE-R? Another great question, because again, the Insta360 ONE-R is also a 360 camera. And I'm for sure gonna do a whole GoPro versus Osmo action video, and I'm for sure gonna do a whole Insta360 ONE-R versus Hero 9 video. But right off the bat, I can tell you that the 4K mod on the Insta360 will not be able to compete with the GoPro Hero 9, but the 1-inch mod, that might be a different story. So stay tuned for that video, but it's a weird comparison though, again, because again, this is also a 360 camera, and this is my main 360 camera over the GoPro Max. I use this as my 360 camera, and then I've been using this as my camera. So yeah, that video coming soon also. Jeff Vititoe? Is there access to the USB-C port without having the battery door open? When mounted, I power with the battery pack or car power to keep from having to change batteries. This could be a bummer. Yeah, it's a bummer. Just like the Hero 8, you have to have the door open to see the USB-C port or to access the USB-C port. And the same exact setup is on the Hero 9. You need that open, and the USB-C port is inside there. But we've seen in the past, third-party companies like Ulanzi, they made this battery door, and if you can see, the battery door actually has a little hole at the bottom. So they took the latching bit, this is all aluminum, they took the latching bit, they carved out a hole there. So this door you could have on your GoPro, and you could be charging with the door closed, which is super useful in situations like you're talking about. Hopefully they will make something similar for the Hero 9 and be able to, charge while the door is closed. That would be great. Thanks, Jeff, good question. All right, Dexter Roach, still lagging AF. What are you talking about? I think you're talking about the front screen and how it was jittery or low frame rate, but not lagging. Okay, and here's the difference. So with the Osmo Action, when it first came out, it was super laggy, which meant that if I was here filming something and I went whoosh over here, I would get my camera here and then the video would catch up. Like a second later, a second and a half later, it was really, really behind. The first couple updates reduced it significantly, but when it first came out, it was ridiculous. And again, the reason is that the processor is trying to push that information to the rear screen and the front screen at the same time. It's tough for a tiny camera. Now, this camera is doing the same thing, pushing that information to the rear screen and the front screen at the same time. How did they solve that problem though? They didn't make it lag, they did a low frame rate. So it's always live, but instead of a smooth motion, it goes doot, doot, doot. It jumps, it stutters, but it stutters live with the camera. So if I'm here and I go to here, instead of it being this smooth video feed, it's going dun dun dun. And I see the choppiness, but I'm always looking at the video live. It's not laggy, it's low frame rate. They're different. And if I had to choose between the two, I'd take low frame rate. Thanks though, Dexter. Appreciate you. Peter Middow asks, and what mounts are there to quickly go from, say, a secure windshield mount to either a handheld mount or a tripod? Well, this actually answers your question, and it answers like 50 other people's questions that all asked about the snap mount. People asked, does the Hero 9 fit in the snap mount? And the answer is, let me get the little feet deployed here, pop this in here. The answer is yes. Hero 9 in full 90-degree mode in the snap mount. And that means that now you've got this on the main base plate. You take this guy, oh, very strong. You put this on a pole, you put this on your car windshield, and now I can take the GoPro and I can go bink, and then I can pop it off that one, and then take the other one and go bink. Very simple. Snap mounts. They're kind of amazing, and they fit the Hero 9. So yeah, Peter, this is what you need to go get, snap mounts. I'll link them below, but also, yes, for everyone else, they fit in the Hero 9 fits in snap mounts. Yeah. Avi Har says, the way you speak is very annoying. Sorry, Avi. Paul N asks, hey David, what would it be like on a motorbike with the horizon feature thing turned on? Okay, so the horizon feature thing, I wanted to touch on this again because the horizon feature in here right now is in linear mode. So if I have a camera just like this, I can't do wide angle and have that horizon feature on. I have to have linear mode on in order to do horizon leveling. Now again, why is that? It's because it is looking at the wide angle and then it's cropping in like this so that as the wide angle frame turns, it can keep this little box on the inside stable. It's very similar to how it does its normal stabilization, it's just extreme. But where horizon leveling will really get exciting is again with that max lens mod, because once we pop this off, we put that max lens mod on there, then instead of like the 30 degrees-ish that we can go right now, you'll be able to just spin your GoPro around. Do this all day long and the image will stay perfectly upright. That's really where I see horizon leveling get very exciting. Right now, it's kind of a bummer that it's only in linear mode. So you don't get that wide angle GoPro mode that's horizon leveled, it's linear. Thanks, Paul, good question. All right, Seize the Day says, how close up does it film? Is it any closer than the 8? And the answer is no. The 8 has a minimum focusing distance of about 12 inches, which means if you're closer than 12 inches to something, it'll be a little blurry. And the Hero 9 also has a minimum focusing distance of 12 inches. All right, James E says, does the 9 work with the snap mount? Yes, it works with snap mounts. So many people asked that. Derek Aiken said, I didn't buy the Hero 8 because we bought a second car seat, which was totally the best thing I bought last year. Moving the car seats is the worst. Maybe I'll buy the Hero 9 this year. Yes, Derek, I'm gonna go buy another car seat immediately. Especially recently with the van, now like we really are going, we used to always take Morgan's car if we were going somewhere with Eleanor. I would drive my truck, and then if we were going somewhere as a family, we'd take Morgan's car, the family mobile. But now we kind of have like the adventure family mobile and the normal family mobile, two car seats. Mibdang, not a question, but said, thinking about the Osmo 2, imagine. Yeah, me too. Where the heck is DJI with the Osmo 2? All right, Paradoxon Theatrum said, can the screen be turned off? I've never owned any camera that's also not my cell phone. Okay. Well, can the screen be turned off? A ton of people ask this. Yes, the front screen has multiple modes that it can go through actually. Let's turn it on and check them out. And this is super similar to the Osmo Action, by the way, but the first mode is off. No screen on the front at all, doesn't show you any information. The second mode is status only, which pretty much shows you all the same information that you had on the GoPro 8, but now on a color screen. The next mode is actual screen, which the screen on the front of this is it's a square, but we're filming in 16:9, so this takes that 16:9 and it fits it smaller into the square. And then the last mode is full screen, which is it fills the frame with the square. I like actual screen because I want to see my full composition. The whole point of the front screen for me is to see exposure and composition, be able to point to things or know where I'm pointing, how I'm framing my whole shot. I need the actual screen. So yes, it can be turned off, but I haven't turned it off yet. M Dizzy says, is it too thick to go full 90 degrees on the snap mount? No, it goes all the way up into the 90-degree position on the snap mount. Lots of snap mount questions. Hero 9 versus Insta360 1R. Same thing, we'll get to that video. Cliff Fawcett says, great detailed overview, so much better than my Hero 7 Black. Front screen is a major game changer. The horizon preservation is amazing. I don't know why you would want to, but I'm curious, can it be turned on and off? Yes, so the horizon preservation or the horizon leveling option, it's a lens, or it's one of the lens options. And again, it's a linear lens. So if we go in here to our lenses, and there it is there, it's linear plus horizon leveling. So that's actually a lens option. So you can do super view, you can do wide, you can do linear with horizon leveling, and then you can do narrow. Those are all the lens options now. So this horizon leveling feature is one of the lens options. So it's not so much that you turn it on or off as much as you choose it as the lens that you want to go with. Thanks, Cliff, good question. All right, James Saba something says, you record in 4 and 5K and export in Adobe Premiere in 1080. Yeah, so I export all these videos in 1080 because they're going on YouTube, and I can see in my analytics that 80% of you watch these videos on your phone. And on your phone, a 1080 video and a 4K video, not very much difference at all. Even on your computer, 1080 still looks great. The only real way you're gonna tell a major difference is if you're watching this on a 4K screen in your living room. And even then, 1080 looks pretty dang good. So the benefit of filming in 4K or 5K for me is 1, a more detailed image, but 2, the ability to zoom. Like in the last video, I showed you guys I was able to film something and then in post go and zoom in on it, which is huge when you don't have a zoom lens on your camera. No zoom on here, but I can zoom the image, so basically a zoom, which is why I'm so excited about 5K, because it just means I can now zoom further. Good question, James. All right, Eric Anderson says, you say multiple times, if you have a Hero 7 Black, upgrade for sure. Why? Can you give me a few big reasons from your personal experience? All right, the Hero 7 Black, while an amazing camera, I'm gonna say there's 3 or 4 things that are major upgrades to the 9. Now, one big upgrade from the 7 to the 8 was those flip down feet. And while they seem like, you know, a little gimmicky, like, oh, now it doesn't need to be in a cage because it has flip down feet. In the actual usability of the camera, not having to take it out of the cage every time you wanna swap the battery or the SD card is kind of huge. That alone, huge. Now, the big downgrade from the 7 to the 8 was the removable lens, but now we have that back in the 9. And not only do we have it back in the 9, but on the 7, the removable lens was mainly for ND filters and replacing the lens when you crack it. But if you check out them together, again, the 7 has this kind of wonky, plasticky lens mount or cover mount, and the 9 is rocking this metal mount. And we already know that GoPro has a max mod lens out. So this isn't just a cover mount or the ability to put this back on there and go. What that really is an actual lens mount. It's a metal mount that we're gonna be able to mount lenses to, and then third-party companies can come up with all sorts of lenses to mount to that. That's a big upgrade. Also, when you go into the processing power between the 7 and the 9, that's a major upgrade. This guy's got the front screen, the color science is better on it. Also, it has the modes in it, presets, has preset abilities. So I can swap, I can jump from filming real time to jump to film slow-mo, to jump to film 120 slow-mo to real time, to 60 frames per second slow-mo to real time, and jump back and forth really, really quickly. Whereas on the Hero 7, you have to go into the menus, dig around, change everything. And while GoPro didn't invent that, technically Osmo Action did. The Hero 8 ripped that off, which was a great feature for that. And now the Hero 9 has continued that tradition of having those presets in there. Again, all around experience from the 7 to the 9 is a big jump in both quality, but also just in general usability. Eric Sardui asks, can you do a settings you prefer on the GoPro 9 for us non-camera guys? Yes. GoPro settings video for the Hero 9 coming very, very soon. All right, over on Instagram from Trails to Tracks, he asks, for first-time GoPro buyer, is the 9 worth the extra $100 over the 8? I think so, but again, I really appreciate the front screen. I really appreciate the ability to remove the lens. Those two things are kind of the main differences between these two. So think about that. Is that worth $100 for you? Liam B asks, how does it compare to the Insta360 1R? We'll get to that. Patrick Swift asks, is it compatible with the Hero 8 mods? No. So the media mods, I think is what you're talking about. The media mod, the whole thing that clips on is different because the body is different, the size of it's different. So if you have the media mod kit for this, the media mod kit will be different for this, but the screen mod, the light, the actual mods that go on the media mod will be compatible, but the Media Mod wrap itself piece, you need the Hero 9 version. All right, Jared Colweed Words asks, how's the mic? It's the same as the 8, just meh. Seen by Yosh says, how long will we wait for the lens mod? Who knows, because GoPro announced the screen mod and that took like 11 months to come out or something crazy, so hopefully soon. Ansh Sogani asks, it does have a bigger battery, but it also has 2 displays. Is there a noticeable difference in battery over the 8? So far, I've seen a small amount, but again, I'm keeping the front screen on. I have my brightness all the way up because I like it bright. Now I have multiple batteries. I'd prefer swap out batteries and have a really good filming experience rather than have the display way down or have the front screen turned off. So right now I'm seeing a minor difference between the two. I'm wondering if that 30% better battery life means that you don't have the front screen on. I will do more testing to find out for you. Weston Gleave, the best man at my wedding, asks, why did you shave? I didn't there's still a little there, but Weston has a big old silly beard, so he looked like a homeless helicopter pilot. Tim King, also a groomsman in my wedding, said, I don't have money for one. Can you buy one for me or send me $500? No, Tim, no GoPro for you. And that's it. That is all the questions for today. Holy cow, that was long. It's all the questions that I saw kind of over and over and over again. I hope I covered most of your questions. If I didn't, if there's a question that you have, leave it in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave your Instagram handle in there so that you could maybe win a Clever Supply Co. strap, and I'll choose a winner tomorrow morning. So 24 hours from when this video is posted, I'm choosing a winner, which means if you don't subscribe and hit that bell, then you won't be notified when these videos come out and you'll miss out on sweet giveaways like this. So do it. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, hit like on this video, comment below, put your Instagram handle. All the things. I'll see you guys soon.